Hey heroes, so I recommend for everybody a great piece of equipment to have is a loop band, and it's especially great if you're gonna do a lot of traveling or you're gonna do any traveling because it can fold up to a real small amount of space. You can fit it in your bag, and then it weighs about nothing. But anything you can't do body weight, things that are a little bit harder like rows, or even deadlifts, especially or curls, things where we're pulling, especially with the arms, you can basically replicate with this and everything else that you can do with body weight you can actually make harder. So I'm going to run through some general things with the bands and then also kind of some demos of all of our level movements that the bands can be great for. In general, it might be a little obvious, but if you're holding onto two ends versus if you're holding onto like one strand, it makes it harder. So like for rows, which we'll get into a sec, to do lighter rows, I'm only going to step on one part of the band and then just grab one hand on each side, and then I can pull rows here, versus if I step on both sides of the loop and now I'm holding kind of like two strands in each hand, much harder. So there's a general overview for bands. Let's get into some demos. For the level 1 moves, it's great if you have a pole, and I'll show that in a sec, but even if you don't, if I want to do rows, I'm going to set the band up either double or single, depending on how hard I want it to be, in that same lunge position, and just going to draw those wrists to ribs. If I want to make my squats harder, either double or single, I can hold it either up, or I can just reach down, grab low by my feet, good squat position, and then just stand up and pull it up. Same thing for the deadlift. I'm just going to hold on to here. I'm going to hold on to double or single, hinge down, maybe choke up a little bit so it's a little bit harder, and then really feel it as I stand up. For push-ups, you could loop the band around the back and give yourself a little extra resistance as we get to the top, but it might be easier if you really want to put it around a pillar or just around your back like this and then push out. For level 2, we got curls, so I can step on one again or two. There's my upper pull. For upper push, I can either, I like to grab it underneath and push overhead. If I'm doing tricep extensions, I'll want to put it around something, or I can even step on it, like I'm going to do a row, pull into a row, and then kick back. Just like the regular squat and the deadlift, if I want to make my split squats or my split deadlifts harder, I'm just going to come to as low as I want to go, grab it, and then stand up or the forward hinge, don't fall, stand up. For our level 3 movements, you're going to need to find something high up. That could either be using the door attachment and putting it on the top of the door, make sure that's nice and solid, or finding like a pole or a tree branch and hanging it over. So for our upper pull, we got pull downs, aka pull ups. We can use those. And then for the tricep or the dips, if it's too tight like here, like there's no way I can really kind of do this that good, I'm going to loop it through. So I'm going to pull one loop through, tighten it up. That gives me now 2, and I can work just pressing down. Or you can go with tricep extension. Is another great way to kind of supplement that.
Hope that helps you on your travels, and I'll catch you in the next adventure.